Hello everyone. The title of today's video is Christians Heads Up. Stop paying money to the Christian churches. Now, Jesus said for Christians to help the poor, and many people when they go to church, they think if they give $1 or two in the collection plate, on Sunday, or whenever they go, that this is going to help the poor. Nothing could be further from the truth. Let's start with the Catholic Church, first of all. There can be no doubt that in the United States of America, since I'm an American, I don't know about other countries, the Christian churches have failed miserably to help the poor. The Catholic Church, like the Protestant churches, is tax exempt. In order to get tax exemption, the churches have to sign a certain form with the government for this privilege, and, well, it's a right under the Constitution, but also they promise not to get involved in politics, to recommend political candidates for office, which is why you don't hear any priest or minister recommend a candidate. But there's something else. The Catholic Church in particular has a contract with the government. I think Donald Trump may have canceled it. But the Catholic Church has a contract with the government to get free food as part of some deal. I heard part of it, but not all of it. That is, the Catholic charities and pantries, when you go in and you see food they offer to the poor, that is not coming from the parishioners' money. The Catholic Church, of course, has to raise money from its members, the parishioners, and they don't spend a penny, $1 for food. This food is substandard food which comes from some company in the American South. How do I know this? Because I would volunteer and work with families that were poor at the time, below the income level, and I went with one of them to give them a ride home, and I was shocked at the quality of the food. It's nowhere near the quality you get in a supermarket. And there's one small town, or there's several small towns all across this great country of ours. I know of one small town in Pennsylvania, only about 40,000 people. The church, one of the local churches, not all of them, the money they get from their parishioners, they're going to buy gold eaves, gold shingles for the roof. Gold, mind you. Ordinary shingles aren't good enough. They also, they do nothing. The Catholic Church and the Protestant churches do practically nothing to help the poor. Uh, and the other thing I wanted to say was currently I was shocked. I'm having some problem with my leg and I can't drive now. And I looked up several volunteer organizations in the town I'm in. And I thought there would be some volunteers if you needed help to get to the grocery store. Not one organization has a volunteer. If they had volunteers and they sent someone to me on a regular basis for a few weeks, I could afford to give them a weekly allowance, even for money. There's no such thing as a Christian volunteer to help you to get to the store. I found that absolutely incredible. The Christian churches only do what they want. They say they help the poor. Once a year, they give poor people a Thanksgiving meal, maybe a Christmas meal. What's that? Also, someone told me they expect you to eat a full meal at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Naturally, people want to go home and be with their families, but if you can't do something for people the way it's supposed to be done, why do it? In other words, if a man needs an operation on a certain day or he's going to die, and if he doesn't get it, saying, well, wait a few weeks. if it's an important heart operation or whatever, liver or whatever it happens to be in the body, and he doesn't get it then, and he dies, and someone says, oh, well, I would have taken him a few weeks after. What good is that? I was shocked to find out that there's not even any Christian volunteer organizations for a ride to the store, even if I offered money, a weekly allowance. The Christian churches are not worthy of your money. If you're a Christian and you're a Catholic or a Protestant, check out the church you're going to. Ask how much money do they donate to the poor. Chances are they're donating none of their own money, which they earn, which they don't earn. They get from the parishioners since they have no money of their own. And many get rich. Many Protestant organizations, they get obscenely rich. They earn millions, then hundreds of millions of dollars spreading God's word. They buy jet airplanes, yachts, and they do practically nothing. Now, CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network, is one Christian organization which Pat Robertson did spend part of his income on helping people get operations that they otherwise could not have gotten in this country and in other poor countries and in Africa. And I applaud them for that, but I don't agree with their stance that we should be in war for Israel. But that's another video. So if you're a Christian, stop giving money to these Christian churches. They're taking your money. The Protestant ministers, the Catholic priests, they're getting rich. They're spending it on themselves. They're doing nothing to help the poor. I regret giving money to these organizations uh, that don't help anyone. When you need help, if God forbid you need help getting around, and right now I'm getting over, like I says, I had a problem with my leg. I couldn't drive, but I'm getting over it. If you ever in a position where you need some help, you're in for a very bad surprise that there's practically nothing they do for anybody except give food, which they get free from the government. So this is Mr. Joe for today. Hope you're having a good day. Signing off.